Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My name is Gabriel Tumlolongkungut.
My name is Kwirmal Waldeng.
Welcome to South Sudanese Seed of the Nation. All.
Thank you.
Please share it, and I will put the song. We are always with Mother Jack. Mother Jack is a Panan Kabir. So we will always with Mother Jack. So let me put the Mother Jack.
Good morning to everyone, and good evening, good afternoon, and good morning in America. My name is Kwirmal Waldeng. We are live today with Gabriel Atem from Australia, the President of South Sudan, Seat of the Nation. We are here tonight to, or this morning, make analysis of the current event in South Sudan during the civil war between North and South. Thank you.
Please hear it, my people. Let me know if you don't hear me very well. Thank you very much. لتحرير السودان يا الشباب الدنيا ويا صور أفريقيا أسمع صوتي أنا من مدينة كرموز أروح وانقصنا واسمع صوتي كمان من مدينة كفويتا أغنية فوسا يا الشباب الدنيا ويا صور أفريقيا أسمع صوتي أنا من مدينة كرموز وانقصنا واسمع صوتي كمان من مدينة كفويتا أغنية فوسا بلدي وبلدون خطير وغيران فيه كل الطوال الزراعية والحيوانية والنهاية فكيف أكون جعان وكيف أكون عريان وكيف أكون مرضان بدون دواء في بلدي الغنية يا الشباب الدنيا ويا صور أفريقيا أسمع صوتي أنا من مدينة كرموز أروح وانقصنا واسمع صوتي كمان من مدينة كفويتا أغنية فوسا يا الشباب الدنيا ويا صور أفريقيا أسمع صوتي أنا من مدينة كرموز أروح وانقصنا واسمع صوتي كمان من مدينة كفويتا أغنية فوسا لولا خلفيات المستعمر والقليل البرجوازي الحاكم في بلادي فكيف أكون أبشر وبلدي وزير والأنفار وكمان نار النيل العظيم يشوف من الجنوب إلى شمال بلادي يا الشباب الدنيا ويا صور أفريقيا أسمع صوتي أنا من مدينة كرموز أروح وانقصنا واسمع صوتي كمان من مدينة كفويتا أغنية فوسا يا الشباب الدنيا ويا صور أفريقيا أسمع صوتي أنا من مدينة كرموز أروح وانقصنا واسمع صوتي كمان من مدينة كفويتا أغنية فوسا الاستعمار البخيل مع البسيط تركني ممتع في الأيدي والمقبول اجتماع بدون تحريم والمقبول اجتماع بدون تفخير عشان ما أدري كيف أعلن وأطور بلدي يا الشباب الدنيا ويا صور أفريقيا أسمع صوتي أنا من مدينة كرموز أروح
واسمعوا صوتي أنا من مدينة كرموم وانقصنا واسمعوا صوتي كمان من مدينة كفويتا أغنية كفوسا ولكن اليوم يا ناس الدنيا ويا صور أفريقيا أنا غمضت خلاص وأنا رفعت السلاح وأنا بديت تعرير من جنوب بلادي إلى شمال بلادي ومن غرب بلادي إلى شرق بلادي وأنا ماشي قدام للحرير كل شكر من أراضي بلدي يا شباب الدنيا ويا صور أفريقيا أسمع صوتي أنا من مدينة كرموم أرض وانقصنا واسمع صوتي كمان من مدينة كفويتا أغنية كفوسا يا شباب الدنيا ويا صور أفريقيا أسمع صوتي أنا من مدينة كرموم أرض وانقصنا واسمع صوتي كمان من مدينة كفويتا أغنية كفوسا.
Thank you. Thank to uh, uh, hero, the hero Ahmed Jack. And once again, thank you very much. Welcome to South Sudanese Seed of the Nation TV. As you see, our today topic, we want to talk.
Are you there, Gabriel? Hello, Mr. Gabriel. Gabriel, you're prosing. Hello, Gabriel, are you there? Hello? I think Gabriel is lost, and he will come back to the host of this show. Once again, my name is Kurmal Waldeng. I'm the president of South Sudan Seat of the Nation in America. We are live, as you see in the screening here. We are live to do the analysis of the POW during the civil war in South Sudan between North and South. That's why we want to make an analysis today. You're all welcome. Whoever watch our show and you need to join us, we'll call you sometime. Thank you. Bye-bye. Gabriel, are you there? Hello, Gabriel. Yeah, Gabriel, I'm around.
I think that's something wrong. Yeah.
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 Gabriel, can you put it public? And actually, I try to check so I can share it, but I can't find.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look like I put it publicly. I don't know why not. Let me try.
Or you can share it by yourself there. So
I hear it now 2 times.
Okay.
But I don't know why it's not.
It's not there in your page.
Not there?
It's not in your page.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in your page right now, but it's not here.
Okay, let me see what's wrong. I put it, I hear it.
The last one in your page is this one. I think you can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please share it, my people. We have problem with technology, as you know. we have problem with technology, but I hope all of you are now aware of that problem. So let's share it, my people. Please share it. I try to. I don't know why. Yeah, I think we will do it later.
Okay, yeah, we'll do later.
Welcome to the show. You have seen there, we put that we are going to talk about the, during the war time, we have a lot of issues. We were in a war zone, but the SPLM, SPLA capture any place and they try to keep all the prisoner of war. And during the independence of the Republic of South Sudan, or during the referendum, our late leader, Dr. John, talked to prisoner of war and explained the importance of the war of the SPLM, SPLA, and he explained more about why the SPLM took up arm to fight with Khartoum. So we want to make more analysis about it. We are going to talk deeply about the importance of to release, why they released the prisoner of war, why the SPLM released the prisoner of war, and why they kept the prisoner of war, and he was a guerrilla by then. So now that's our agenda, and we put it there. And before that, Ben Kirmalwal, now we are going to start in that, and our point is clear there. The question is, why?
Why the prisoner of war was being released by the
SPLM?
By the SPLM.
Why they keep the prisoner of war, and most of the dear people who have been killed, and you see South Sudanese they kill themselves. About 2.5 million. Sudan, they killed themselves for about 2.5 million. And most of people who died, who've been during the war, are our people, because we have been bombed up and down. And we were not an expert for those issues. So can you tell us what is the importance of that?
Thank you, Gabriel Atem. You make a good analysis. And actually,
thank you. Yeah, continue.
Is all that even we are not appropriate about how to interpret it, but this is something that we have been doing during the struggle of the government of South Sudan against the North, to my understanding and to the way I know it actually, because until today, Southern Sudan is still not established yet. Even we are in the geographical as African new nation of Africa, and we have many things that we are not been doing. Especially if the country developed, we should start by writing our geographical. We should write about the history. Bukati Gusur Sudan. Write the history of South Sudan. And here today, we are South Sudan is still in struggle. The way they should bring instability in the country, the way they should manage the border between the neighbor country, the Sudan, Uganda, and Kenya. There's many things. Actually, Mr. Gabriel, the way I see it, during that time, during the SPLA, when the SPLM was formed in 1983, and struggle again in the north, there was the legitimacy, the way SPLA imposed themselves to be known by the international community, by the African, by the European. The SPLA took the legitimacy that they are really capable to fight for the right because they know what they are fighting for. That's why, I think that's why the SPLA used to capture. They were not killed. When they capture the prisoner of war, even in the north side, or even whoever who are getting them, they capture and they keep them because they know this war will be in. You see, so that time was not the first time. The beginning, I remember back in 1985 or 84, when the SPLA launched the really guerrilla attack between the north in the canal during the time that time in Jonglei, you should remember.
Yeah.
There was Fikawajat Bugubutuinak, those who work in the canal. And because Canaan belonged to those Egyptian and even American, I had that one of the guy during the time I built Washington, Seattle. I met one of the guys, American guy. He told me history about the Canaan. He said the Canaan of Jonglei belonged to us, and we take it to Egypt. So it's something very far away, you know. It's very big. It's not something short to be doing by overnight. So the SPLA actually, they will know the reason why they are fighting for, and what will be the benefit to their people, and how the people will be benefit of this fighting, you know. And you know, in the future, when there is a peace, and people will go to court, you know, or people will represent something. And this is what was happened during the time when the peace came during the CPA. They will represent that they are legitimate. They can lead the country in a legitimate way. They can be capable to lead the country, you know. That's why they just release the hundreds of thousands of the prisoners of war and take them back so they can go and reunion with their family, with their parents, you know. And to the legitimacy of this SPLM and to the government, and to show the government is have the capability to lead that country or capable. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bankar Malwal, the president of South Sudanese seed of the nation in America. You really take it the way it was. You know, in history, you cannot tell your history alone. You let the people know your history. That's what the SPLM do. Because during the war, we were in that serious war together. But nobody know that there was a problem. And what the SPLM learned is to one day there will be a peace, as you mentioned. But who is going to tell the people that the SPLM is wrong? The SPLA is wrong. So that I think that was the plan for the SPLM, SPLA during the time. So the release of the prisoner of war will make everything easy. This is what I learned. When this prison went to Khartoum, they sell the policies of the SPLM. They tell Khartoum that SPLM is a government. They fight for the freedom of people. They fight for our democracy. That is part of our democracy. So as you mentioned before, when they caught people, they keep them. And they tell them that that's what we need, this is what we need. We don't need to kill people. We need the Khartoum to give our right. As you know, for a long time of the time of those President Aboud and others, they don't even give right to South Sudanese. So that, I think, according to your question, is why they leave them is to let the world know that the SPLM is an organizing institution or organizing government. They're well organized. So now let us put that clip.
Yep.
Then after that we'll talk.
Continue.
We'll make analysis after it. That is of late leader John Graham.
ده كلام واحد ومهم عشان انا ما عاوز زول مثلا يترك نفسه ويمشي يتعب يلقاه مصيبه في السكه. ف باي سبب من اسباب ما تفوت المستقبل بتاعك زي ما قلت ربنا بيحكموا. يا هو جاب انتم برا من ده تأكيد واحد. نمرة اثنين عاوز اقول انه نحن في الاس بي ال ام اس بي ال اي ومنذ 83 نحن بنادي في وحدة السودان. يعني الرجل لازم يقاتل لأجل حاجة مهمة. الجبهة الإسلامية في الخرطوم بيقول هم بيشاكل اس بي ال اي لثلاثة اسباب رئيسية. بيقول انه هم بدافع عن الدين، بدافع عن الاسلام، يقول بدافع عن العروبه، يقول بدافع عن وحده السودان. ده ثلاثه حاجات اللي بيقولوا لكم وبيقولوا للعالم. لكن انا عاوز اقول ونعكر لكم انه ثلاثه حاجات دي ما في خطوره. شيلوا وحده السودان. وحده السودان ما في اي خطوره. من 83 نحن بنشاكل يعجل وحده السودان. الاشتباكات الأولية من 83 مش كان مع جيش السودان، ده كان مع فيها في اس بي ال اي او في انيانيتو، ناس جايتور وناس اخواتهم كان بينادوا في انفصال وشاكلناه في 83. ده حقيقة. الاخوان هناك والحكومات في خرطوم عملوا نفوسهم ياهو محافظين بتاع وحدة السودان. على العكس الصحيح انه الناس اللي بينادي لانفصال جنوب السودان يابوا تعاونوا مع حكومات الخرطوم مثل ناس دايتور وناس اخواتهم مشى واتفقوا مع حكومات الخرطوم. حاليا ناس رياض مشار وغيره البنادي لانفصال السودان وعندهم حركه اسمها حركه الانفصال جنوب السودان Southern Sudan Independence Movement حاليا في خرطوم. فالعكس صحيح. نحن بيؤمنوا وبيقاتلوا وبيناضلوا لتحقيق وحده السودان، وحده السودان الصحيح الفوق كل الناس، كل الجنسيات، كل القوميات، كل الثقافات. وده الواقع في السودان. السودان مكون من قبائل كثيره، من ثقافات كثيره، من اديان. فاذا واحد يقول السودان لازم يكون اسلامي، يكون مسلم ويكون عرب، احنا بقول لا، المسلمين جزء لا يتجزا من مجتمع السودان. لكن مش كل الناس يعوا مسلمين، ده واقع. نحن برضه بقول، ناس يقول السودان لازم يكون عرب، نحن بقول لا، العرب، القوميات العرب في السودان جزء لا يتجزا من السودان، لكن مش كل الناس عرب، برضه واقع. نحن بقول يا جماعه كده الطائفيه ده عن الجنس خلينا نسيبه ونبني دوله بتاعنا كلنا. اذا نقول السودان لازم يكون دوله عربيه، ناس ما بيشوف الكلام ده كغريب. لكن اذا انا قلت هسه بالنسبه لناسفور في غرب السودان، وناسفور قاموا بحركه ويقولوا السودان لازم يكون دوله فوراويه، الحاكمين في خرطوم بيقول دول ده مجنون جنوا للمستشفى. فالتفرقه عن الجنس ده كلام يسيبوه ونبني دوله بتاعنا كسودانيين من كل القوميات. هذا منطقي. فكلام بتاع وحده السودان، وحده السودان الحقيقيه بشمل كل زول، عشان ما في زول يفتكر انه هو سيبه برا. تمشي خرطوم، انت من الغرب، انت من الشرق، انت من الجنوب، انت من الوسط، انت من الشمال، ومن السودان جاء خرطوم وخلاص. فطالب نشاكل نفوسنا عشان الكلام ده؟ لا، ما منطقي. ربنا ذاته ما بوافق. يوم ده وقت ربنا خلق نحن كلنا، مش خلق عرب وخلق نوير وخلق شلوك وخلق فور وخلق حدانو، خلق ناس زي كلهم. ومنو حق منو يقول ربنا كان غلطان؟ نحن بيبني الحركه بتاعنا مبني على حقائق، نحن ما بكذب لاي زول. فنحن بنؤمن بوحده السودان، وحده السودان الفوق كل الناس ما بيجيب شكل ثاني، ونحن بنحقق وحده ده ونبني دوله بتاعنا على العوس الصحيح. فده بالنسبه للوحده. بالنسبه للدين، احنا ما عندنا مشكله مع دين. انت عاوز تكون مسلم اهلا وسهلا، ده حق بتاعك. انت عاوز تكون مسيحي، ده حق بتاعك. ربنا واحد، ربنا ما مسلم ولا مسيحي. ربنا ما طائفي، هو ما مسيحي ولا مسلم، هو ربنا واحد. ونحن كلنا انا بؤمن بربنا. فالدين ما يفرق ناس. المجتمع السوداني فوقه أديان، صح؟ المسلمين الأغلبية، ده ما بديهم الحق عشان يسيطروا على آخرين. البلد بفرقك، فنودي حرية لكل الأديان. أنتم موجودين هنا حاليا وعصر الحرب، عندكم الحرية التام عشان تصلي لربنا بتاعك بطريقة اللي انت على أغلبيتهم أصلا مسلمين، and you have the right، عندكم الحق عشان تصلي. إني ده نحن في الحركة بيقول الدين ده علاقة بين الإنسان وربنا بتوعه. بين الخلق ناس الخالق والمخلوق. العلاقة ده يا ناس تانيين بيقول ده إسلام، ناس تانيين بيقول ده مسيحية. ده العلاقة ده بين زول وربنا. أما الدولة خلقناها نحن، مش ربنا يا خلق دولة. ده فلسفة بتاعي وبتاع الحركة. الخلق الدولة مش ربنا، الخلق الدولة إنسان. ثم إنسان خلق عربية ده خلقوا إنسان. الدولة برضو خلقوا إنسان. فإذا في زول بيعوا من عربية ممكن يعوا من أنا عشان أنا يا خلق. نفس الشيء مع الدولة.
That's great. Thank you, Ban Kurmalwal. I think it's the lead leader, John Grant, put in the place that a democracy, it's a combination of everything, where you have to have a freedom of speech, but we have to have a freedom of everything. So SPLM was was born out in a democratic system. A democratic party. Now, when you look at this particular time in the SPLM as a ruling party, do they apply that system of democracy now? Because we finished with the importance of president of war, you answered already. Let's come back because we are not united with Sudan again. We become an independent of a state. South Sudan is an independent state. Let me put that apart. For Shumalin, we are now in South Sudan. Do the Republic of South Sudan apply that system of democracy? What John Grant said at the moment.
Thank you, Mr. Gabriel Atem, and I'm really thank all the viewers who are view our show today. This is the show of South Sudan, Seat of the Nation. Mr. Gabriel Atem, thank you very much. As you told me, you just came from the church right now, and so thank you very much. For our viewers and those who are listening to us today, our show is about analysis about the current situation in South Sudan, the prisoners of war which have been free during the CPA between North and South, and many things, the development about South Sudan and instability. These are the things that we try to make analysis. So, Mr. Gabriel, thank you very much for the question. The question is really understandable and is similar because we talk about the same thing. Sure, the ruling party today of South Sudan, which is the SPLM, and you can see even the SPLM, when the SPLM come and get the country in the Sudan, which was being brought by the SPLM and SPLA, because the movement was one function. When the country came to be a country today, most of the SPLM, they just put down the gun and they go for the infrastructure that they can develop the country. Back in 2012, 13, there were things like that. But definite, the heart of the people, as you see, Dr. John said before when he talked with the prisoner of war, Finas, they just back to the Khartoum again and they come back, this thing happened. And it's happened even within the SPLM, I can say that. When there was the clash within the SPLM or in Juba, I see in a clip one of the SPLM officer, which is the chief of general staff who were released recently, called Jong Riak. I was really loved when Jong Riak speak during the operation. Ukele ma nabi tomu ma jesh ugule ya utukumi ya jesh. Those who will go and fight, those who are going to fight, these are your people.
Yep.
When you injure him or her because they were mixed, please just bring a life. Don't matakatul, you know.
Yep.
Jong Riak say that, and I see that person is still have a mentality of the destruction of the SPLM, because these are the things that John Garang used to say, you know, and he's a part of it because he's the one, he's a part of those people who just left in 1983 and start when they are young and till the country become a country. So SPLM, I can say, even it seems somehow I forget about and there was a challenge actually that many people say the SPLM is lost the direction. Definitely. There's many situations which cannot be controlled, but the heart of the others, you know, as you see from the officer was say, these are your people during the operation in Binti or somewhere, you know. So that person, I mark it, these are the structure of the SPLM. And when the SPLM was struck, they were struck half the movement. That's why they keep the prisoner of war. And John Garangabenu was talking about when we get our country, we will start work, develop our country, build our house so our people can live, have a shelter. We can cultivate so we can have a food to eat. We can build a school. We can build the road. We can do all this, the starting of living, you know, so our people, our generation can have a good education, can have a good medication, can have many things that the country can need, you know. But our people today are engaged with the negative that our people can steal in the refugee camp. As you see yesterday, I see in the news Kenya come out that they say that they don't need the refugee in their own country. Especially they close the Dadaab, which pull with the Sudanese and Somalia, and they close Kakuma. The same thing pull with Kenya, is pull with the Uganda and the Sudanese and Ethiopia. So if you see that, why they are still in the refugee and they have a country like South Sudan, like Somalia, like the rest of the Africa, they are independent, but they are still in refugee, you know. So this question actually should not be put in my, so I can say in my own heart the way I want it, because this country belongs to all of us. It not belong to one mind, belong to all of us, you know. It is all our analysis can come, because maybe there's something affect the people. That's why they follow that road. As John Garang said, even if there's no sea, we can drive our country to sea. But we are close to sea in Juba, you know, to River Nile. I don't know if the country will drive to River Nile, you know. So it's a good analysis tonight, and I'm really thank you so much. I will be still listening to you, and I'll come back. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Michael Malwal. Really appreciate your analysis. As you mentioned, it is very important that we have to analyze everything, what happened in South Sudan. No other person who can do it. So you put in place that we have a democracy, but because of the nation is very young, I think that's the cause. There are some issues who are not in place. So let me put another tongue, and then we'll come back.
Thank you.
Because we want to let our people know that the ruling party, the SPLM, have been in war and he tried for their work to bring the country to the. If there are some issues, nobody will come
and talk to them.
So these people, they are the one who bring the CPA. They are the one who liberate the country. So we will not move away around. We have to ask ourselves. We were within the party, within the army, with most of people were there. But during the war, we say we did a part that we bring the nation, the Republic of South Sudan. South Sudan was not there as a nation. But because of that war, we got a Republic of South Sudan. Means that we were in the right direction. The world will not say yes without influence of the ruling party. So that film did the part, and as you put, there are a lot of issues why the people outside, why our people are still in refugee scheme, why not they're supposed to come back to the country to build the nation. I will put that the song. We have artists, Panan, Ke Koike, SPLM, SPLA.
Yep.
Or the SPLA. They are together.
They're together. Yeah. The political wing and the movement.
So. Machar. Machar, yeah. Well, Machar, I mean.
Machar, yeah.
Just feel like teaching ya. Just feel like don't become yeah, Mao. Teaching ya. Making him my cable. Making him my cable. If I want to so done, go in my. Body on the way, more, Bukatu the way. Body on the way, Kumar Barway. Body on the way, more, Bukatu the way. Body on the way, Kumar Barway. Body on the way, more, Bukatu the way. Body on the way, Kumar Barway. Just feel like each other, yeah. We just feel like doing it. Yeah, Mao. Making him my cable. Making him my cable. If I want to so damn go, need a just feel like each other, yeah. We just feel like doing it. Yeah, Mao. Making him my cable. Making him my cable. If I want to so damn go, need a
Please share it.
Thank you very much, Machar. Machar, I mean.
It's a good singer.
He did a that is a great song. And you know, Panani,
Yes.
sometimes they make more analysis before we get it.
Before we get it.
Yeah, you talk about, as you talk about the veteran.
Veteran, yeah.
Fight the world, the war during the time. And most of them seen they look like they are suffering somewhere. So those things are, all Panani are very tough. So, let's come back to welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much.
Now I put you there because a lot of questions to you. And if you don't want to answer well, no problem. Now,
yeah, thank you very much.
the veteran start from Tiger Nusa Jamos, Koryo Mormor, Zalzal, all the battalion until now. They put their effort to bring
the independent
nation to the national level where they will be independent like today. Now, there are a lot of doubt that a democracy has been introduced by our leaders. You learn when John Grant talked with the president of war, he mentioned that the war we fight, the war of something called equality, a democracy, to put people equal, to put people where when you go to Khartoum, the Khartoum can say those who are there, shouldn't come to Khartoum, not that person from there. Where the people will get benefit because from those years during the creation, South Sudan have been in suffering doom. South Sudan get our resources, and those resources will be removed from South to Shumal. No building, no road, no everything. Now, we apply that a democracy or the SPLM put that. But there is an issue here. When you ask South Sudan, we were talking, as John Graham said, we need a democracy. We need our people to be relieved from pain. We need our people, we need a country to be developed. Need development, the road, development, all the resources, need to be in place. Now, we try to ask questions. I ask a lot of people. I say, why, the country, our country, South Sudan, and its nation, and nobody will prevent us from building a country. Why the country is still, we have resources, but the people are not benefit? Why? What's the problem? Somebody tell me, Gabriel, we have an issue. Here we got a nation, but we have we fight ourselves. That's why you can see there is no development. Now, but Kurmalwal, it's clear that what prevents development is a war between people, among South Sudanese. And we will come out that we need to be independent to build our country. Why we kill ourselves? Why we kill ourselves? So the question is, what the SPLA can do to prevent that war between or South Sudan, prevent that war between ourselves? What the party SPLM can do to prevent that war? If they prevent that war, mean that the development will come automatically. Mean that our people will come back from where they are, our neighbor country. The question is very, I put it the other way, and I'll put it the other way. What we need now, what the SPLM can do.
Yeah, Mr. Gabriel, the question is very clear. Thank you very much. Definitely, as we are country, South Sudan. South Sudan been suffer. Seeing John Grant used to say, been seeing the creation of Adam and Eden, because SPLM or SPLA who just get independent. There was the war before, and there was the war when you go to the history of that been wrote by even those who were left in Khartoum in 1921, when the capital Khartoum became a capital city, and before was other. There was the war. Even the SPLA used to say, SPLA number 16. They say number 16, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they say number 7.
Yeah.
SPLA numerous ben
Yeah.
pitari. You know,
Come
actually, the analysis we make tonight is can change, can make something change to to ourselves, to our generation of South Sudan, to those who have a heart fail and they see South Sudan should not be the country. But this is the beginning. More the country, even America, they go through this, when the country get independent and they become a country, there's many obstacles that can push those development to go straight and take the power that you were thinking that when we get a country we will do this and this. But when the country get independent like South Sudan, the SPLA fight the war. While even they have nothing, they have no grush. Mafi grush in Sudan.
Yeah.
And they were volunteer. And Damul Ajawisum Kasha. You share it by post and then you don't come back. Because you put your heart to liberate your people, to sacrifice yourself. The gentleman who was thinking, the musician said, Lukan Mafi more ma koryom manasu jai waraunde, there will be no South Sudan. Those who were born in 1992, those who were born in 1998 today, they don't know about what we are talking. They know that Sudan will just get independent through negotiation between Khartoum and South Sudan. Many people, they know like that, because generation change from generation to generation, but our generation who were in the war, those who were born during the war, when the war started, don't know what is going on. And it should be legitimate that we can put it in this way. We are still the youth of today. If we can spot the thing that can bring our people together and talk about the way we can come together at South Sudan, because we were fighting together. If we say that we are fighting together, it is not those who were in the war when we were fighting, because we know there are some people who were in their mother's womb, they were not born, and they were born today as your children. Where are you going to put them? They are in the war, because maybe you are in the refugee camp or you are in the war zone, and you get them today, they are your children. How you think that they were not in war? They were in war. So we can put it like that. But the Southern Sudan today, the many problems which I tackle and which I see, is not because of democracy. Many Christianity, even the Islam, talk about Muhammad. Many think that Muhammad is a sheep. The same thing in Christianity. They think that Jesus was a sheep. Those who have been taken away, these are the good things that the human life do, and they take it to put in the rule, in the constitution, that I do this and I do this. But actually, if you see it, it is the way we South Sudan, we can take it like that. South Sudan, what we need actually, the war should be there, even between brother and brother in the house. They can have a war, they can fight. But there is a solution. But the solution for the country, so the country can come together, is a development. It's either people can have a food to eat, people can have a way of medication so they can go to the hospital, build the hospital, people can have education, people can have a good education, people can have a good water, clean water to drink. All this infrastructure can be brought to South Sudan, as you see right now in Australia where you are. There's some people are just born and go to the company, work in the factory. They don't think about go to the parliament. What do you need in the parliament? To crack your mind every day, every single day. Talk about, the oil is burned and we need the fire. Talk about all this kind of stuff. But if you make your money and you make the living for your family, what do you think about going to crack your mind in this way? This is what happened in South Sudan. South Sudan is a good country, and we have a national resource, and we have many resources that can unify the country, that can make the country to be rich. As South Sudan independent in 2011, our currency was very high, more than South Africa. And most of the African nation, they just left their country and they come to South Sudan so they can sell their good and take the South Sudan currency to their own country so they can be rich and stay in their own country. But when they come and see South Sudan is a free country, while everyone can come, you know, we never pay attention so we can see those South Sudanese, they are the tool of this country. They are the really that can develop the country. It is not somebody can come outside will come and develop our country. It is we, are the South Sudanese. We are the people can develop our country. Those people they come for something. They come and get money and go back. They're not going to stay in your country. Don't think they will come to make something permanent in your own country. So this is a thing that destroys South Sudan. And I've been saying, you know, Gabriel Libena, I always talk about the UN, and John Gray used to tell about the UN. They say, the Malina, the Harar, and we have a country. We will tell the UN, take Janjara, Tiger Bakul was can in Madero. The UN, they make people lazy. This is what happened today. Our people become lazy. As you see in Dadaab, in Kakuma, in Uganda, somewhere in South Sudan, you see. So, but when they go to South Sudan and they start do for their own, you know, this is the development. Development is not will come in J1, will not come in Juba itself. It is come across all South Sudan.
Yep.
So the development of South Sudan is not coming one side. It will come, it is all of us. Whoever can preach the peace and stability of South Sudan. Whoever preach that people can come to unite it and do the good thing are the people of South Sudan. This is the way I see that the South Sudan can develop and bring stability to themselves.
Thank you, Ban Kurmalwal. You put it the way I need it, like that. But you know, people, when they do something, they put the heart together to achieve that goal. And sometimes when something happens or when there is something come between, the people cut apart even. They don't think about what they build. That is with our people. They cut off you with brother. I don't know that South Sudanese culture or that system is around the world. Why I said that is something now going on in South Sudan. We fight, all of us, but we put our country back. Are we supposed to make it simple that
online review,
not to let our people suffering in that way? That's why we ask ourselves, because our people now, they have been in war for many years. And when they got independent, they come to the country, but they still have a pain that people are still suffering. That's why we ask a lot of questions, because it's not sound good that to kill yourself as a citizen of the country. As you mentioned, Van Kurmalwal, our brain is really panic, is not relaxed. Like now we are outside. I want to see our people are suffering with sickness, with flooding, with war between tribes that make our people not to be comfortable where we are. Really very, 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 very painful. That question I ask is why our people are still have a problem while they have been independent. what our people need or what the party need to do. That was the question. But the way you put it is, you mentioned that something will come from the government, something like recruitment, as you mentioned. You know, people will learn from those who know more about, like SPLM. When the SPLM took up, they sent our people from within to the people in South Sudan, and they say, "Yeah, look, been suffering, and but the country, our country is full of everything. We have oil, we have gold, we have agricultural resources, but those things be looted by other group. Take them to Chimad. That's why we move. So what you say is that you need the SPLA need to bring people outside. That's what you say. To teach people. Education is very important. If you teach people, they will know the policies of the government. Many people, they don't know policies. If you teach people, they can know policies about the land, because our people now, they fight because of the land. And the land is not belong to individual. Land is belong to the government. But it's not been, they have not got that information. Our people are not even cultivated. They're supposed to, because South Sudan it's a fertile state. When you come between, especially between Twitch and Murley, or between Jonglei and Murley and Bibor, that land is really, if you put something there, that will feed the Republic of South Sudan to be. So they need more, as you mentioned, need education to teach our people. They need our people to do the job. Let me come to the point, the second.
Before you bring another point, Gabriel, let me emphasize this to you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for all the questions that you brought. Even I'm not perfect to bring them in that way. That's the why I say we have infrastructure in South Sudan. We will write our history, because there's some who really expert, in the history. We can write our history. We can do whatever certainty that can South Sudan should be see other country. I saw in the news today in CNN that they bring in CNN there is a 9 countries which are corrupt in the world. 9 countries. South Sudan was number 7. They start from number 1 to 9. So South Sudan was number 11
in Africa or the world.
In the world.
In the world.
South Sudan was number 7, was number 8, and Somalia was number 9. Because they start from the first to the last, Mean that South Sudan was number 2. Somalia was number 1, followed by South Sudan. There was 9 countries. I would say, yeah, South Sudan is independent. Just only we are not putting the right that we want our country to be the way we want. What I want to emphasize this, Gabriel, is this. What I really see makes South Sudan to be not to get to achieve their goal today. When you rely on someone, you should not succeed.
Completely.
South Sudanese or South Sudan, we are relied on UN, and we make the UN to take over that our need, our work. This is what happened today. If anything happened, there is a UN. Even it should the Bemshi Pimura. Pikatokam. Kawaja Bemshina Pimura. You see? This is what happened that will make our country fail today. Our people are being manipulated because everything become a business. Even the UN is a business. And this is why John Grant said, who will take away Janjara to UN and we will start working our own fruit, our own food that we can live, So the UN, let me take it like this. If there is no war in South Sudan today, the UN economy will go down.
Exactly.
They will not come to America where we are to come and say that people suffer in South Sudan so we can make donation. Because we make donation, you see there's many organizations at work. They go at work and they say, oh, the Red Cross, the whatever, and then you pay $20, $10, all people for those who are working. These are the money that they take and they go and give the little to people in need. This is what happened. As you see, we see in the news during the war in South Sudan. See many, like the weapon and the gun have been just given by the UN to go and give to other side. You see? What does that mean? And the UN, they protect people and they bring gun in other way. These are what they do. You see, it's a business. So it is South Sudanese itself will make reconciliation to themselves and will build their own country. These are the things that can make a shift. Do you think the UN was established in 1967? 1967. The SPLA started revolution in 1983. Where was the UN during that time? They were there, but they were not doing nothing. But when the South Sudan get independent, they get country, the UN imposed. But they talk about right now to go and take over the government so they can lead and then they can do to you. Why they don't do that time when we lost 2.5 million? So they can come and they give us our right, and they give us our right. But they will not do it because they know they cannot do that. But now they are in struggle. So they can take over and they say that we can bring democracy. But that democracy, that's whatever I should not remember, I should not forget. This is what Dr. John used to say. Even Chetan, Beji Bukunane Democrat. This is what happened. So it is you yourself, as Gabriel, you start preaching in Australia, and I will start to preach in America. When we see the old South Sudanese, we say that we are better. We are better to ourselves to do this and to do this. It is said we always challenge our country. And no one going to say, where is John Grant today? Where is the fellow brothers and sisters who were in the revolution, who were fighting this war? So it is kind of like a fail, but it's not a failure when you are seed. Pizol Bamul song before about more and Korean, all this. There are most of those people that are still alive, but there are most of those people that even are not married. They don't have a kid, but they were sacrificed their life so they can get independent, so they can make independence, so you can be independent like the way we are independent today. But those people, where are they today? Who's going to help them? This is why we should bring country into peace, and we develop the country and give people those kind of capacity that they can live in a better way. You see, but we are not doing. That's why the challenge and the suffering is still coming for us. Because the curse can come there. You let someone cook their food, and then you eat it after you take it from him and eat it. After you eat it and fear jet puzzle, you throw them away. You see?
You don't
so
give.
Even the creature is not be happy for you. You see? This is what I see, Mr. Gabriel.
Thank you, Ben Kurmalwal. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's really make us thinking too much. Those who are outside, and we don't know whether those within they put it in that way. We are really very hard, as you mentioned. I think the population who's outside, I think it's more than population in South Sudan.
Absolutely true.
Because we have a very big numbers outside. When you come to Khartoum refugees camp, we have a very big numbers. Even Uganda,
Uganda,
Ethiopia, and
in Sudan.
to include those who are outside, those who are in America, we have a big numbers. And the population in Sudan is very big. You know, when you look at it, our people are not in the country, in which the country will not build itself while people are not there. So it's good that to mention everything as you mentioned, that country need our voice, need our hand, and that will make our country to be prosperous. Now, people are suffering. Let me put Gordon Byrne. Gordon Kong.
Gordon Kong, yeah. Gordon Kong.
Yeah, I want to put that because some people they learn through song. We start with Jack. Amada Jack try to mention, and Amada Jack talk about the union, the union, where our people were thinking it would have that song when we were one, but we take it to South Sudan.
Yeah.
So we fought. Also, we put that song from Munbany. Well, you talk about the veteran who was, most of them they have been wounded during the war. Most of them they lose their leg. They don't have a kid, and they don't get the right while South Sudan become independent. That is the suffering. Let we put Gordon again to ask our break, because you try. I give you a lot of questions. Minister in the government, I put you in that place. So we try to answer them. Thank you. Let me put Gordon.
Yep.
That we
I'll be back a little bit. Let me get a water.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
What you might not know is
Are you there, Gabriel?
Anton.
Okay, thank you.
So I'll give you a lot of questions.
Don't worry.
You are almost there now to.
That's my favorite singer.
Belena, Sudana, Belena, 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 Taban, Mentaman, Yarokuna. Jali Chukayana, Belena, Mamurta, Sudan, Mujaja, Mafira, Lena, Galna Maidin, Bainana,
By the way, Gabriel, the one who sings is Garmale.
Yeah?
I say the singer is Garmale.
Yeah. Garmale, no?
Aye.
Belena Taban, Mentaman, Yarokuna. Jali Chukayana, Belena, Mamurta, Sudan, Mujaja, Mafira, Lena, Galna Maidin, Bainana, Belena, Belena, Belena Taban, Mentamani Arambona. Jali Chukayana, Belena, Mamurta, Sultan Mujaja, Mafira Lena, Yalna Maidin, Bainana Laguna. جاب سودانية كوانا شتلكم بلد فيه مشاكل قلبي 200 درجة 200 درجة قلبي 200 درجة يا جاب سودانية كوانا شتلكم بلد فيه مشاكل قلبي 200 درجة 200 درجة قلبي 200 درجة يا شعب سودانية كنا شتلكم بلد فيه مشاكل قلبي 200 درجة 200 درجة قلبي 200 درجة أنا بكيد عشانكم يا سودان شتلكم يا جماعة شتلكم يا جماعة ربنا بيساعد أنا بكيد عشانكم يا سودان شتلكم يا جماعة شتلكم يا جماعة ربنا بيساعد Our blood bleeding in Sudan, Lord our God, come stop bloodshed, our land not comfort. Sudanese are finished because of war between us. Our children terminated among of other laws. Our blood bleeding in Sudan, Lord our God, come stop bloodshed, our land not comfort. Sudanese are finished because of war between us. Our children terminated among of other laws. You Sudanese, be careful, we all a problem. When will I be happy? And then be happy. When will I be happy? You Sudanese, be careful, we all a problem. When will I be happy? And then be happy. When will I be happy? I'm crying about you. Sudanese, be careful, my people who take care of my parents. God bless you. I'm crying about you. Sudanese, be careful, my people who take care of my parents. God bless you. أرزدم جنوبتا يوم شايفينه الليلة جنوبتا في يدنا يلا 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 يا قوانا في السودان جديد تجولنا سلام أرزدم جنوبتا يوم شايفينه الليلة جنوبتا في يدنا يلا 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 يا قوانا في السودان جديد تجولنا سلام سيبوا مشاكل بينكم هاي من زمان في جنوبنا في ناس كتير بموت سنبلة عليه لما في أي دول بموت سنبلة في السودان سلام يجمل قلوبنا ما دايرين تبرلا دمنا واحد وربنا واحد ما في قبلية بيننا سيبوا مشاكل بيناتكم هاي من زمان في جنوبنا من ناس كتير بيموت سنبلة الليلة ما في أي زول بيموت سنبلة في السودان سلام يشمل قلوبنا ما دايرين كبرقة نبنا واحد وربنا واحد ما في قبلية بيناتنا.
Thank you, Banya and Munadal, Gordon Kong. It's a good guy, a man put the tongue very accurately. Our people are really suffering. Rabbana Basad. Bankur Malwal, welcome back.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gabriel.
I will give you another question.
Sure.
Okay, yeah. As you mentioned, Bankur Malwal, about the refugees, the UN announced that they don't need our the refugees from the different locations like Kakuma refugees, Dadaab, and other states in other countries. So now and that will be a disaster to our people because we have a majority population there. What can you tell us about that advice? Can you advise the Republic of South Sudan?
Yeah.
Your people are going to suffer.
Yeah, actually, the way I see it in my own analysis, Mr. Gabriel, the SPLM, which is the ruling party in South Sudan, there's many achievements that I can congratulate them. Junupin, we come together today, and this is what we want, and this is what we've been seeing actually. The reconciliation and the peace, it is not the UN will come and bring us together. As we see, the Vice President of South Sudan, Dr. Riek Machar, is in Juba, and the rest of who took up the arm against the government, they are in Juba. So what they need actually is to make full implementation of the peace agreement, so they can come together and have one achievement, because they are one people and they are one nation, and they were fighting for one goal. So they can see those people which are in the refugee camp. These are the people of the function who were against the government. These are the people of the government, and these are the people of South Sudan. So if those people come together and they united, as they are now in Southern Sudan, and they bring those their military together, put them together, as the united military of Southern Sudan, so they can focus to protect the country, there will be no reason that our people can still suffer in the refugee camp. Because I see, John Grant used to say that it is not a town will be take. It is not a town will be take to the. It is not a town will be take to. It is not the people will not be take to the town. It is the town will be take to the people. If those people can be taken to anywhere within South Sudan, they can create the town, and the UN can steal, because it's a young nation, and the young nation, there's many challenges. The UN cannot say that these people are going to South Sudan, so they cannot continue to help them. So it's the other way that the country can take that advantage to bring their people back to their own country. Instead, they can bring them to the capital, get them there free, because Sudan is a big land, and that they can start do the construction, and the UN can come in. The UN can come in, and then they can build a city. In the second show that we do last time, I used to talk about that. I said, if we build the city like Kakuma or like Dadaab or whatever it should be the seat of South Sudan.
Come on. All
Should
right.
be the seat like South Sudan because South Sudan is still not developed. The refugee is developed in South Sudan. It's only Juba. You see. So I did not see whatever I see right now. It is because Peter Almed Jai, Kenya Bugula, I give them 2 weeks. And 2 weeks, Makafaya, I love there will be consultation with the UN or the neighbor country like South Sudan. They can talk to the Kenya and say, Kenya, this is not the way you should do it. You should not give the thousands of the people 2 weeks to leave. How they can live?
That's dangerous.
They need transportation. They need food. They need medication in the way. All this stuff, So it should be the process. And that country, if the country is very strong and united, should negotiate with the Kenya and tell Kenya, okay, these are my people, I will take them, but we will arrange them in the right way. Instead, you push them like the people who don't have a country. We are a country, we are independent. There is a changes, like the time Kenya used to go and caught those Sudanese and put them in the prison. It's not that like today, because they know there is the ambassador of South Sudan in Kenya.
Kenya, yep.
Yeah, and even the president of South Sudan can pick up the phone and can call the president of Kenya and say, what happened with my people in Kenya? This is how the country goes, and this is why we are fighting to get the country to take care of the people. So for that matter, actually, I didn't see that is something very big, but it's very big in one side because it's something like emergency. Kenya don't want people in that way, But Kenya did not know that these people that developed their country.
Yeah, that's not right.
Because most people of Somalia, which are in Australia, in Canada, they always send money to Kenya. The same to South Sudanese. They send money to Kenya, to the refugee, and they develop the camp, which is when if they're leaving later, that place they are living in, there will be a city. It will be a big city. They will not be turned like a jungle. How do you see the Panjero? Panjero right now is a city.
It's a city now, yeah.
City now. But the time we went to Panjero, Kansara, map is all enough.
You cannot feel it.
So there's an advantage and a disadvantage of it. Yeah.
Thank you, Ban Kurmalwal. In a good Ban. In a good Ban, in around the go leader, the way you answer all the questions, you are almost there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Either weekend.
You know why I asked that question? Our people now, they really suffer. And the land also is suffer. We have a big land, but no people. And what makes the environment to be good is when the people are in. When you take it to our part in War Town now or Jonglei State, it's now empty.
Yeah.
If there are no people there, the water will increase because there is something, environment is working with person, with people.
Yeah.
If there is no people move within that water, the water will not move away completely. So the country needs people. I think there are no people where the worst disaster will come. Like now, we have empty places. When you come to Tijabata, Ethiopia, Tijabata, Nyuagda, no people there. It's only animal. When we leave Pachala to Bibor, we spent about 11 days. 11 days in that area is empty, my friend. You can see the elephant there and other animal, and the land is fertile. And why it's empty? So that country is good, it needs people. But we cannot blame the refugees. The refugees of Kakuma, they ran away because of war. When I went to Kakuma. Because of war. The enemy put us heartily in Kapota. That was in 92. So it put those people, they ran to Kakuma It's not because of their mistake. They were not run away because of war between
Yeah.
North and South. So those people are free. When if the government need them to come to Nauru to build Nauru, that will be good. They can stay there. Even those who are in Ethiopia, there in Tijabata Nuer, most of them they ran away because our people fight themselves, not refugees. They were army, been with army. Those people they will come back too. They don't have a problem. Even those of Uganda, they can come back to the country. So your answer is really the female one. A chat female government of South Sudan, according to Koike, have to think about these people because they are suffering a lot. Koike, this Kakuma, those who were born in Kakuma, they are aging there. In Kakuma, they don't know the country. Those people, they need to come back. And they need to come back if the government say something. So, I chat up Imelu, I lengatin Baba Diad, Kukapit. Kuya Woyl when I read Baba Ngadin Dinka. I can find a pial, catching coach. Now I can coach in the country, in the area and did a red. To man, our board man, which in coach out few. Kapua Chijil, on Baba Yinta. Looking one at the Angopin, who not take Wentin, Kuka Logo Dol Nadinial, Kuja informant, Joe Taban, creating a record pure logo, evaporate a local onial, a local jet. Young Ivaria looking at in coach out, Human coming year, Kapana, we are wearable. Appear and look back to the dear place.
The place.
I do one kind with a lenga board, Coca Duchian. You know, can coin to Kakuma. Akachi Jill and Akachi Jill Chakuma lad or Kayidi. Okay, you can Kakuma. Khartoum and you walk took. You know, to walk and make with Tawan and Yelke. The Lokakuma. A call you which been a Lokakuma, Lord, you know. The koi catching the talk called the lad and make do Chien, Palim Biakuma Black, because we'll do Chien by ye. You know, I'm quite Uganda. The tongue Naja Kuma, Lekoji Ruka Kuma, K Motonina is scared. Little Motonina, part of war within. You're calling on a judge and I'm good. But Tijata is Sylvia Nuer to Naditi, long in answer, Ungadi. The koi allowed them move back. We can't be Tiba Chella, Chokonori, relying at the UN to Manakunjalwell. Now UN could be catching the Chingologu. So Corman the Bible Ben Pandun, oh, by you can be advised along all day to Manakunjalwell. Akwai na lenga badiat kubadin to tau lenga din batau kubuja.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Gabriel.
Thank
You've been here for a long time, and I really appreciate your time. Actually, you make this. Without you, this thing cannot be happened. Definitely, my my last message, or not be the last message. I'm really want to appeal again to our government. The government of South Sudan, what we call the government, there's no government without people. And there is no people. There's no people living without government. All of them going together. If I talk about the government, because government change overnight, government can change, and government can change. You can be the government today, and tomorrow it should be your chance. Other day it should be other person's chance. We need to think back, actually, think about our people. Our people have been suffering for all this year. And this is what we had from Gordon Kong before, when Gordon Kong thinking. Gordon Kong used to think a very interesting thing, that I'm really worried about you Sudanese. Look, Lozola Miel thinking like this, the blind person. He's worried about us, you see. He's worried about people of South Sudan. And it's someone who don't see. I'm afraid of people. People can reconcile to themselves.
Yeah.
Our people can come together and do reconciliation to themselves, so they can work together. You start from Equatoria to all where the South Sudanese is, and they can work together. And this is the message that Martin Luther King used to say, that the white lady and the black boy will hold their hand and work together. Why not the Sudanese, which we are the same color, we have the same religion, why not we cannot come together? That's the way we will be succeed and we will be strong. So I'm appeal not to the government, but to all of us, other South Sudanese, that the this chant is not a chant, it's not a time for the war. It is a time for the reconciliation. It is a time for the development. It is a time for you to do something that be better for your future, for your children, for the future of the country. So our show today, which is the show of South Sudan, Seat of the Nation, we actually want to bring the mind of our people that to think that we love our people. We love you. We love our people to have a good life, to live in a better way, to change their mind into better, so they can have many good things in life. So this is the message that I can give tonight. I'm really thank to Gabriel Tim, the president of South Sudan, Seat of the Nation. As we still continue, I will be back to you, Mr. Gabriel Tim.
Thank you very much, Bain Kurmalwal. That is good. That is good analysis. Let me add another one. It's a good image that we can tell that business, all of us, wherever we are, where the Red Army or Jake Lamer or the Tweet. If we say South Sudan is bad, South Sudan will be bad for good. If we say South Sudan is good, the South Sudan will be good. According to Bible, our country is a blessing country with a lot of resources. So we cannot preach that South Sudan is bad. If there is anything wrong, we cannot take all the country to be bad. Let us preach. That's another message to your message, Ben Kurmalwal. We advise our people that don't talk on to put your country in bad category. Let the people say it wherever, and those other people, they have a business. Like Khartoum said, when we leave a South Sudanese alone, they will not help themselves. They could not. They say they cannot. But why they say that? It's a business. They need us to be there. But when you compare South Sudan now and South Sudan on when we were in, you can see now we have a very tall building in Republic of South Sudan. In Juba, I was not in Juba. But when I saw the images or photos of what they built in Juba is a big city now. That's different. We have a West State. Town was a big city too. There were no Marat by then. So I mean that we are country. We build our country now. But we cannot say we build a nation one day. Then we blame president sometime. But we cannot build the country in one day. What we can do is those who are between us, that will make the country be good. So add that in to your question, but we will be back. I will put let me put the finger.
Okay.
That is Grangatang, and then we will have one question. Now no to living. Iran chu lawyer pay. Iran made it. Creator. So a good nearby. By Ekada. Aganaya.
Aganaya. One plus. That's Africa dress today.
That great. Thank you, Bangaranga and thank the viewers. Welcome back, Ban.
Thank you so much. It's a good entertainment to the
that's good, yeah.
to those in uniform in South Sudan.
Let give you one question, and then we'll summarize, and then we'll go. As you learn, our country is in pain. We have sickness. We have war of pride. We have water and flooding, and people are really suffering. And our people also, they don't want to understand that those major issues like flood, disease in corona, nobody relate to. So what can you tell to our people that to be together? Because union, that is resilience. Union is everything around the globe. So they have those things. They have disease. That disease is affect the world. They're really not easy. Flood, it's not easy. And there is a lot of some issue that when the flood kills you away from your place and you go to other person, maybe somebody will not be happy. So can you tell us how can you advise people to love themselves or to be in?
Thank you again, Mr. Gabriel Atim. We have a good time to make analysis about the situation in our country. Even we are not in South Sudan, we still have our heart is still there because we have a relative live in South Sudan.
Thank you.
The main point about all this, we talk about the sickness that, especially like COVID-19, we have and many diseases which affect South Sudan. It is not even in South Sudan. Even those who come to diaspora, they still have that DNA or gene of having those kind of many diseases, because when they came from there, since they were you were born until you become adult, there is no vaccination, there is no hospital that you can see. You've been sick, many diseases, and they say it's malaria. Everything is malaria. You see, these are the things that affect our people. But the main point that can bring that thing into one point is the unity of our people. When our people are united, they have infrastructure to develop the country. When our people are united, they can build a school, they can build a hospital, they can have agriculture, so they can have a food to eat. So for all these things, and these are that can break and bring the foreign like the UN to rescue, as you see, the thing called the Doctor Without Border. Doctor Without Border, I can tell you, these are the doctors have no even job. These are the people, like when you go to any pharmaceutical, sometimes there's a pharmaceutical which have the expired medicine. Those expired medicine, they were been doing for a long time, so they were not effective. Their time is expired.
Right.
So the same thing to the doctor, the Doctor Without Border. In I don't know in Australia, but here in Canada and in Australia, when you're a doctor and your license is be suspended, because you make prescription, you do the wrong prescription to any individual, to any citizen, so your license can be revoked or suspended.
Other part of it.
And you know the medical, you are the medical doctor. You know about the medical facility. So what you wear in America and Australia, you go back to Africa as a doctor, but you don't have a license. You see? So those kind of people, they give them a chance when there is a war or when there is a disaster in that country. They make themselves out the Dutch without border and then go so they can make for their living. You see? But when there is a unity in your country is stable. There's no problem. There will be no chance whereby the expired stuff can come. You can see, I see in the news that there was a rice which was being fed in the plastic rice, and they sold it to Kenya. From Kenya, I don't know, maybe to South Sudan or to anywhere. You see? Yeah. So these are the things that have been picked by the people who develop already, and they do many technology. You know, so the unity of South Sudan is really that can make all these things effective. Without unity, there will be no people can be still stubborn until we know the right that this thing can make us to be united. So the unity is very important for people to unite it together.
Thank you, Bankur Malwal. You nail it. That is very important. That unity is very important, and that will be only way that our people will survive. Because you know, wherever we are, the world is not accept us completely. They really, wherever we are, the world run away when they see you. And we don't know the connection of God or it's our mistake. We don't know. We have to find out. Because people are run away. Around the world, people are run away on earth. When they saw you, they run away. They have doubt of something. And I don't know that something mentioned in the Bible that these people will fear of them. I don't know. I think it's here in Australia and in America that it's too like that.
Sure.
Run away when they saw South Sudanese. So that they need our people to put that in their thinking. That is very good to know. And unity is better. That is a very important thing around the world. Even in your family, if you don't unite, nothing will come out. So your message really is really great, Bankur Malwal. And I will give you a little bit of question. I want to finish you. As you
You're
mentioned,
welcome.
important thing in the world is union. To unite, to love yourself. You know, unity is working together with a build up of something. If you unite, you can build something. As Arabic said, "Yedwa mabatabda." Chintuk, achirod Yet one hand cannot make sound. So if you put your hand together, you can the hand can make sound. Now we talk on unity, but we saw something in a peace talk in a praying. The praying or when where people went to Pope.
Yeah.
That room.
That's wrong, yeah.
The Pope indicate that South Sudan people have to unite. And he bowed down on the feet of those people, or our leaders. He bowed down and kissed their feet. The Lordship Pope put his heart down. When you look, the Pope is there, too close to God, and we are here down. God is there, and Pope is here. But he put his heart down for people of South Sudan and tell them, please unite. And when I look in this situation now, people they still had a very big temper where you cannot see the love between our members in South Sudan. You cannot see the love between parties. The parties are hate themselves. Even individual, they hate themselves at the moment. Can you tell us, or can you advise them, Bankur Malwal, about what the Pope, the highest, say to our leaders? Can you tell them the benefit? Because it looks like if we don't cooperate or if we don't if we don't consider what the Pope said, what will be next? It will be cursed.
Yeah.
Something about that, Bankur Malwal, because our people are still fighting. You can see fighting in Bar Kadal, you can see fighting in Upper Nile, you can still fighting in Korea. And the Pope was with our leaders, all the vice president and the president of the republic, all religious leaders, they were with them. What do our people see that situation? Can you tell us something about it?
Thank you so much, Mr. Gabriel. Today is Sunday in your time, I know.
That is Sunday.
You came from church 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning here in America.
Oh.
Maybe in the next 7 hours, I'll go to church. This
great.
is a good question, actually, to be, so we can make analysis of it this time.
Yeah.
And it's the right time for it. So thank you very much.
For giving that there.
And we are all believers. Either you're Muslim or Christian, we are believers, you know.
That's what
it's one God.
Right.
Actually, to my understanding, when our leaders, you know, if there is no religion, Gabriel, there should be many crime in the world.
All right.
That's the way I understand it. Because there's some which are criminal. And when they go to church or they're really addicted to the religion, they can do any crime. They say, oh yeah, God see me. Those people have been put down by the religion. You know, they become the good people, you know, like they are born again. They're good people, because of religion.
Yeah.
In other hand, some people, that's why there is a construction of the government. That some people have been holding by the law of the government, or by the law of the country.
Yep.
So either you make a crime, the law can put you to jail, the law can punish you. You know, these two things that one that working together. The rule of the law, which have been posed by human,
yep.
The religion, they just divided themselves by that one. That's all my philosophy, the way I take it.
You are right. Yeah.
Without these two,
the
world should be in danger. The Pope, which is the head of the Christianity, and they respect it, how they hit close to God, as you say. Actually, he put himself, how they say it in the Bible, that if you put yourself to be like this small child, like a small child, you will see the kingdom of the Lord to you. So this is what the Pope do.
Yeah.
He kneels and kiss their feet, that he loved the mankind to be in peace. There's a quote said in the Bible: you cannot have a lamp or the light and put underneath You put the light so everybody can see the light.
Yeah.
This is what the Pope do. The Pope loves us. As you see, the Pope is not a black guy. He's a white guy. You see, the white man went and kissed the feet of the black guy.
Black man.
What kind of love is that? Is really love, the love of God. So he put his head. So to my understanding, if we not complete that process that you took it, you curse yourself, as you say. You bring the curse to yourself. Better for you not to go. So you can say later, oh God, I never hear that. I never hear that something will happen. But when you go and revenge from it, mean that you revenge from God. And these are the cards you bring it to yourself. You see? So the Pope itself, as you do that, and you keep the feet, especially the shoes, you know, this is other history that you bring to yourself. And these are what happened, what I see when our South Sudanese, they bring more cards to themselves. That's why the country still go back, you know, compared to what the Israelis do when they left Egypt. And they circle themselves for 40 years, they say 40 years, either 40 days or 40 years, to see the promised land. So our South Sudanese, we need to open our eye and see clearly. And see clearly that country is big, is very big than us. It is only we let all our livestock that suffer because of us. All the creature which the God created to that land is suffer. And it is a suffer of the human. It is a suffer of us. We are the one who create that suffer. You know, it is said we can make. It is said that we can bring stability and protect all the living thing. You know, as you see in Australia when there was a fire in Australia, we rescue all these elements to bring them to the life.
Right.
You see, because they are creature, they have been created by God. You see. So all this kind of stuff, Mr. Gabriel, is the thing that we can emphasize, and we tell our leaders that that peace which we have been sought by Pope, it is the real peace. It is not the peace of the one being given to you by the UN. The UN come with the peace, and they come and they catch their peace, you know, that they can hold something. So the real peace is the peace that we signed in Rome. And I know it's working. That's why everybody went to South Sudan right now. They're negotiated.
Yep.
And they will complement it, you know, as the will of God, and everything will be possible in the time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a part of the nation. You know, Piona Bai, Taban Yin in support Banin. Yeah, job benefit room, when it is time in here. Pakake, Abai, Tabana. I took be a president key and be job banyatok. I ain't a bunch of that. So I can't cheat how we move to a be your town minister. Then you know, Banyan Banjima in. Really good. So in Jatao, choose of Gade and we got all them more bucket. You need to not get it. I can't when in the ledger at Jata who Yanakayan, Coca book job at Lloyd Tarkan, when I cock by Lena Pingen, will Chiram Pingen, Kakayan, Kapia in the ledge, in by John Yai, Kube, boot job at Ting in the quick, who can well go cock by. Ya there call Yom Lad, the Piet, what on Yalit. Kuka Chuka Jato, get at the Vinali bless, but yeah, I chopped in here.
Amen. Thank you.
Call Yana Gap, and Kayana Gap, or lay you Lane Jerusalem.
In Jerusalem.
So they call a Yum, but Nyar Kubin Yalik, but Louis can cake a court South Sudan. Land we cannot. ko so Sudan na kuke nana de wo ko do ten wo da re de ke wo ko chen ni ke pa ko dai a chu college ku in le jin ban pa le ngtin batao ka chi ra
thank you so much, Mr. Gabriel. As you've been spoken to all our viewers which are hearing us today, here in America, in Australia, in Canada, and South Sudan, happy Easter Day. This is the Easter Day for the whole Christianity, which I believe they have been born again. I wish South Sudan have Easter Day, and blessed to South Sudan again, to all South Sudan across the globe. Our show of South Sudan, Seat of the Nation, is the show that we are speak up our mind that we need peace in our country. We need development to come to our country. We need our generation, which is coming, to have a better life and better future. So thank you very much for those who are listening. We don't make a show to hit the feeling of others. We make a show to entertain you and to bring you into life, into the good life. So thank you very much, and thank you, Mr. Gabriel Atim. I'm really appreciate you always host our show. Thank you very much.
And thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, that is great. Thank you very much, our viewers. Ke jamo ke ga jaga ping. Ke tuenge je panda taban wo ya panic. Ka panda. Kai wana la chido ba loy wo che ngade John Grang. Còn nơi trên coi cái chỗ mai cái coi cái nose và nó cho ye ya chỉ có bên cho lên cái truyền cái bên là cái cho freedom bờ nghe lang freedom of religion freedom of everything email by cái nó lawyer au cái SPLM cái lawyer peer human being man human being lang ba woi au lang be ngade la kinan forgiveness chi SPLM jubalo ke party be koy bëgg ca bëgg release ku je John Grang je luel ke chol de ko ngi ku ci ku be it's a separation of religion from the government and government ke religion ay koy ko kemi ku je ko koy duy kana ci ken ben jam ya ku ja issue of Arabism be koy ga bëgg rot be ran ben be Arab yana ke chen jam tin ke kana che be nga chol nga to de ke nga queen to ni so Sudanese ke wo unite ke chol so Sudanese wel ke John Grang ka le ke kam da Arab but this particular time ke wo we have to forgive ourselves when those who have been in prison need to be forgive palke taban we are going to Isa because you forgiveness better 100% in the country o quite took ke yani jamo tini law because union unity because nyar kube chinga bi atinga nga ku chiga bel chiguro be anok don't fight yourself chene ya adam da be dinka bro no be dinka be nuer bro no ko nuer be Victoria bro no ko Victoria be nga rano ko nga that will not worry by kada ko chin ko be a cha job tong ya ko jola bay ko pin pe bu fa don job nga chin yi ko na rot yak monjang or different tribe don't kill yourself please that country belong to all South Sudan belong to all of us don't kill yourself that was the one point we talk about the unity of our people don't kill yourself love yourself if you are in other state land you have to acknowledge that it's state land a citizen of that land ye Victorian kuloki dinka ke ya ka acknowledge e pa da na to intin pa chinga diet yena changa mo nwer go ben one of nwer tilo Equatorial you have to acknowledge Equatorial. If you are from Dinka tilo nwer you have to acknowledge Dinka. If you are from Chuluk, acknowledgement very important. Acknowledgement to acknowledge somebody land, that is very important. We talk about that. Just the ball like your country the leave war background man, it's not good at all, not good. We were talking also about the flooding, like water. It occupied a Jonglei state, and that water if we run away from that water, that land will be completely will be nobody there, in which the water will not run, will not evaporate, because if there is no person, the water will be there. So those of Jonglei have to go back, leave Koiniop, Wanake ku Chabab have to go back to Jonglei. Bakalo Panim Koni whether Nag Dengin with Nakamdirin, ke evaporation, Kichol land, Aya Ngadeko go, ya pit go. Now land when China to thin the top for ever kitchen Nadeko Chin Kiragir, looking Pane, Pantokotin, pure and big jalai. So can I call because Dubai don't but your top and pay chingu lolo in Chipuru in Chingada, that's a key. I could damn le koi we yendam ye koi to it man one king at the waiting where but always looking over to your dog come go back to your state. We coin of Kayaka one Krabajis. What you jam ya de Kakuma, the Taban Leng Talmet from the UN that they don't need refugees in our country in Kenya. Who are big numbers, who are majority in Kakuma, and those are Kakuma and the Dab. Aka law because of aka chijel crime law, a war between north and south. Now they have to go back. Then we find a bill. Kukachu ngadi le government. Will you well government will like okay. Who we chap we will like a one. Koi to Kakuma na think that maka come back to your state, to your country. Bag mi kon ben ting bag ben bay kon ben pour. Balang kilang bi government wa ko. To kana yana ke chukule le chuo jam tin ya. Bak government be del ay tareka ba koy ka ba team aduke kien ga duke kien u ba edit wolen South Sudan allow it ben to toke na rut ku duke tin wor ga lu ba bol lo nga ka da loy to ka jamo ke ku ka ya ka ba we koy ko pinya ka da the land belong to us not belong to anyone, that belong to all of us as a citizen of the Republic of South Sudan. Midko adi auror akor beke do chen and the koja chagle once again thank you very much for viewers. We always think about our country, the Republic of South Sudan. We have to forgive ourselves. Why you are you forgive you John Grang and Kochi Mai Koi could not. Why John Grang leave those northerners who have been arrested, who were prisoner of war? Why John Grant leave them to go to their country, to their state? That is a part of forgiveness. John Grant was not thinking about to kill people, was thinking for the right of the Republic of South Sudan. To have a right. That's a human right, part of human right. So why not love yourself? Or why you not forgive yourself as South Sudanese? Why you not leave that tribalism? Tribalism cannot help you. Lang du koñ we tribalism. To korba nyar ko Republic of South Sudan citizen ku baga ba biolana pa na aliaj mio pan to bless which it jam about the Pope the president of Republic the five vice president I think don't fight yourself again and hold the nation. Why? You kill yourself now, different locality in South Sudan. Do I believe that? So nyale can work, Dakaga Jamotin, nyale betok away ku Republic of South Sudan, Ekada, Woka be built. Nyarkro, love yourself. Yenakabalwelaker, and thank you very much.